Good morning, people. Today I have come with the complete India Bangladesh analysis, India versus Bangladesh analysis, which took place yesterday. And based on that match results, where we stand as a team, I will be going ahead and doing a complete analysis of players and the match situation, how it the whole match progressed, and where we stand right now as a team. The good thing about my analysis is that I'm not biased. I will go ahead and state the hard facts, and I will tell you exactly where India stands as a cricket team when it comes to the World Cup. Okay, and I will also be analyzing the team management's strategy and how it's falling woefully short, everything. And I do not say this because I have a kind of a anger or hatred towards certain people. It is just by reading the match situation, reading how the team management is handling the Indian team. Based on that, these are my humble opinion. So I hope, please don't mind my harsh words, but it is just to show you where we stand and what best could be done. I don't know if anything could be done, but let's see if like the Indian team management wakes up. They are going to have the AGM. I think they're going to have the AGM before the World Cup, and they take some steps, quick steps, in order to correct the mistakes which they have made with the World Cup team selection. Okay, so firstly, I would just kind of go ahead and point out some of the most important things which happened in yesterday's match, right? In yesterday's match, there were some very important players who were benched, very important critical players who were benched, and we went ahead and tested the bench strength of the Indian cricket team, right? So, in my opinion, there are four critical players, in the Indian team who need to play in all the matches of World Cup if they need to reach the semifinals, right? Now, because the first step is of course the semifinals, and then of course the finals. Those four cricketers are: one is Virat Kohli, second is Jasprit Bumrah, third is Hardik Pandya, and fourth is Virat Kohli, Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya, and fourth is Kuldeep Yadav. Kuldeep Yadav is one of the most critical players in the Indian cricket team right now, and I would say he's the most valuable, because if you are asking me about a wicket taking bowler, he is the most potent bowler right now in the Indian cricket team. And in any kind of a spinning wicket, or in all the subcontinent wickets where in the night usually the ball tends to spin too much, Kuldeep Yadav becomes a massive factor in these matches. So these four players were made to sit out, and in their place we had certain players who came in. We had Krishna, we had Tilak Varma, and then of course we also had let me see the players who came in, who played this match. uh, Prachit Krishna, then Tilak Varma, even Surya Kumar was not getting a place, right? And so these were usually the players who came in, so that we could go ahead and see how the Indian team fares without these star players. And I think that was a very good move. I think the Indian team management did the right thing, but I would have just made one small change in this equation. I would have made these three changes. I would have definitely made Virat Kohli sit out the match. I would have also made Kuldeep Yadav sit out the match, because I want to see how the Indian team fares without Kuldeep Yadav bowling. right? He's a major factor. So then only we can check how potent Patel is, how potent Ravindra Jadeja is. Both of them together, how well can they bowl in tandem? So it's very important to actually go ahead and sit out Kuldeep Yadav for one match in order to understand how well this team figures. And we came to know how well it figures. It was a hopeless mess. So Kuldeep Yadav sitting out, Virat Kohli sitting out was perfect. Hardik Pandya sitting out, perfect also, because I think Hardik Pandya is a star player. He can bowl, he can bat, he can field, and he's like a force. He will try and transform the situation and bring India out of a gutter. That is the beauty of Hardik Pandya. He will give his 110% and try to win the match from India for India from a near hopeless situation, which is which is an incredible gift for a player to have, and Hardik has it. He was wavering, but thankfully he understood and he came back. And now his weight in gold can't be measured. The place or the position he has made for himself in the Indian cricket team, right? So sitting out these three people are perfect. Virat Kohli, Hardik Pandya, and Kuldeep Yadav. I think these three needed to sit out because one from the batting department, one from the bowling department, one from the all-rounder section, right? But sitting out Jasprit Bumrah, please. How long? You cannot sit out Jasprit Bumrah, please. He already had a rest for well over 2 years. I don't know how long he got a rest for his injuries. You need to make him play over and over again so that he becomes his lethal best. He's not his lethal best right now. He's bowling, but he's nowhere near his best. And the more matches you give him, the better. There was no reason for you to sit out Jasprit Bumrah. And why did you? Because if Jasprit Bumrah came in, there was no reason to again play Prasidh Krishna. Because my point here is, why are you playing these bowlers? Prasidh Krishna is not going to be in the World Cup squad. I would personally would love to have Prasidh Krishna there in the World Cup squad, but he's not. So why are you giving him an international match? These international matches are like gold dust. Test the players who are going to play the World Cup in these international matches against these kinds of risky teams, which is Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a risky team. They can pull out an upset from anywhere. Still, albeit quite weakened. The cause of concern is that without these four-star players, India lost a match to a Bangladesh team, which is really not a very strong Bangladesh team. Make no mistake. The top order of this Bangladesh cricketing team was nothing. It was nothing. If you're talking about the first four bowlers who were dismissed very cheaply, and I'll go through the names. One is Tanzid Hassan, Litan Das, Anamil Haq. These players, they are not in form and they are completely they're like bunnies right now in world cricket. Bunny wickets. And for a team where you are actually playing with three players, top order batsmen, who are really not going to make much of a difference, it is a huge advantage. So in that context, you've lost a match to a team like that. It's actually disgraceful. This is, after all, your A team, right? It is, because it's going to the World Cup. Then how can you lose to Bangladesh? You might say, no, they played well, they did this, they did that. No, sorry. Let us go ahead and analyze the match. And playing such players, like for example, you are playing Tilak Varma, you are playing Prasidh Krishna. They are not playing the World Cup, man. Why are you playing them? Now you might say, no, we don't have players in our team. Shreyas Iyer is injured with a back spasm. Jasprit Bumrah will rest him. How long will you keep on resting him? I don't know. But anyways, Shreyas Iyer has back spasm injuries, and I don't know what has happened to him. Personally speaking, I felt that it was just an excuse to get KL Rahul in. I thought. That's my take on the situation. But anyways, he's probably having a back spasm or anything. I have no idea of that. But if he's having a back spasm and he has just played one Asia Cup match till now, why are you putting him in the World Cup squad? He's a person who has not played cricket for a major amount of time. Secondly, he comes and plays one match. He plays like a boss, literally. Those few deliveries he faces, unfortunately, he gets dismissed. From the next match, he's completely benched. He has a back spasm. Isn't it a concerning thing? And you have actually gone ahead and put him into the World Cup squad. Listen, um, फालतू बात करने का भी एक ना लिमिट होता है. You know, please play Shreyas Iyer, and Shreyas Iyer should have played this match. I just don't know what is happening, what the team management has in their mind. Probably he really does have a back spasm. He has an injury. It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate for Indian cricket because he's a much better batsman than KL Rahul any day. KL Rahul, yes, he played two great knocks, but he played two great knocks in the day when the sun was out and the ball was really not doing much in the pitch. Yesterday he played. We realized what KL. Again, we saw the true colors of KL Rahul. 19 runs in 39 balls with 2 fours on a tough pitch. If he could have actually played a good knock yesterday, I would have said fine, he's back. But still, he's not like reached that level. You know, you have to win matches from tough situations. Just by playing matches on pitches which have a regular bounce at a time of the day when things are very hunky dory for the batsman, that does not prove anything. Okay, we were very lucky that the rains and everything worked out well for us against the India versus Pakistan match. We batted at a time when the ball was coming excellently to the bat, regular bounce. We made hay while the sun shines. But let's not go ahead and determine all our judgments based on that one match. Because the World Cup is around the corner, things will not be easy, things will be challenging, and sometimes we will be on the wrong end of the stick. It was good. There are many good things which also happened in yesterday's match. Firstly, yes, I'm very happy that the bench strength was tested, but unfortunately with the wrong players. You shouldn't have put Prasidh Krishna and Tilak Varma in. Even though I like both the players, but they are not in the World Cup squad. And to go ahead and give them an international match, it makes no sense. If play the people who are playing the World Cup. So, in my opinion, I think you should have not rested Jasprit Bumrah. He has taken rest for a very long time. He should have played this match and he has not deserved a day's rest. First, take a 4 or 5 wicket haul like Kuldeep. Then you will get your rest, Jasprit Bumrah. Don't go ahead and take too much rest. You have taken a lot of rest. Now play matches and be razor sharp. And that is what was required in yesterday's match. Jasprit Bumrah should have played the match. Secondly, Shreyas Iyer should have played the match. But I don't know. He has a back spasm. He has an injury. I have no idea what's happening there. But if it is true, if he has a back spasm, he's got such a serious back spasm injury and everything. If it is true, should he play in the World Cup then? It's just knocking on the doorstep, Mr. BCCI. It's just knocking on the doorstep. And you're not playing players who are going to play in the World Cup squad. So, the intent was right, but the execution was a little awry. Resting certain players was absolutely correct, but resting Jasprit Bumrah was absolutely wrong. Jasprit Bumrah needed to play the match yesterday. The more you play, the better you become. You know, it's it's you cannot just keep on resting and saying that okay, fine, I'll play well. So that is completely like a ridiculous way of looking at it. Sec- Thirdly, the toss. I think the toss was excellent. I think Rohit Sharma did the right thing by bowling first and going for the batting second, because we needed to see whether our team could actually chase a score under very tough conditions. And that was the perfect thing to do by Rohit Sharma to put India into that pressure cooker situation. We could have easily batted first and we could have won this match. But we didn't want to do that. We wanted to check and see how the Indian team plays under these conditions. And that is how well they can chase under lights and when the ball is spinning. It was a very good decision. Moreover, since Bangladesh itself has a very good spin quartet, you have to understand one thing: the strength of Bangladesh. Again, see how well Bangladesh has uses its players. They've got two bowlers, Shakib and Mehdi Hassan, who bowls in tandem, who can bowl from both ends. So the pressure is on the batsman always. That's the reason why KL Rahul got out. Because if you have got two spinners coming at you, one after the other, when things are tough, it works that way. That is where Indian cricket team has made the mistake. They have taken Kuldeep Yadav, but they have not taken Chahal. Kuldeep Yadav and Akshar Patel together can do nothing. Poor Kuldeep has to keep the pressure on from one end. Akshar Patel is unfortunately a very mediocre spin bowler and he poses no threat. The only other person is of course Ravindra Jadeja. Yes, Ravindra Jadeja is a very good spin bowler, but certain pitches Ravindra Jadeja does not, his spin bowling does not work as well. And Ravindra Jadeja again alone is not that great, you know. You have to realize one thing. You have to think about these three bowlers and you have to think whether if they operate alone, are they wicket takers or not? And you have to think about Chahal, Kuldeep, Ravindra Jadeja. Kuldeep on his own right now is, based on his form, based on everything, based on his hard work, he's an excellent spin bowler. Chahal is exactly the same, if not at the same level, because I'm not saying it's not at the same level right now, currently, because of all the like the way he has been demotivated. Otherwise, he's a better bowler than Kuldeep Yadav. Chahal on his own is also a match winner. Ravi Bishnoi is also a brilliant bowler, but let's not even get into that rabbit hole because then the list goes on growing. So Chahal and Kuldeep Yadav together would have been an ominous proposition for the opposition if India had taken it. That whole team should have been constructed based on Chahal and Kuldeep Yadav, and then take the rest of the 9 guys, whomever you want to take. You can put these two at the bottom, and then the rest of the 9 guys you take whatever you want to do. But these two people are absolutely instrumental in order for India to win the toughest matches against the toughest opponents. Both these bowlers. And this weakness was very well exposed in this match against India versus Bangladesh. Why? Because once we see the top order collapse, because the top order it collapsed, you see how many players got out right now. So the first 4 wickets fell cheaply. We are at 59 for 4, Bangladesh, right? And at this point, Hridoy and Shakib Al Hussain are batting, right? This is where something happens and the match goes out of our hands. Bangladesh from 59 for 4, They reach 160 for 5. 160 for 5. The next wicket falls. Shakib Al Hussain at 160 for 5, which is a 100-run partnership nearly. And then eventually they end up at 265. It is disgraceful that you cannot bowl out Bangladesh from 59 for 4. From that place, they reach 265. It is an alarming thing. And it is happening in the middle overs because we don't have a potent attack. It is a very, very important area which the Indian team management needs to explore. In that place, when Kuldeep is there, he comes in and he goes ahead and brings in some match winning take match winning wickets and all those things, and he gets them back into the match. But alone Kuldeep can't do it. You cannot bank on Kuldeep alone. For that you need Chahal. Both of them together can only address the middle overs crisis which India is facing, because both of them together will get 20 overs which will help the Indian team to go ahead and completely demolish the opposition by the middle overs. What is happening is, in the beginning we still have some plan, we still have a game plan that okay fine, we'll take the wickets, we'll do this, we'll do that, and then middle overs we are completely losing track. One more thing which is so important, which people need to realize very quickly, and that is Bangladesh's top order is very mediocre. So the bowlers, like they it was an easy job for them. You have Tanzid Hussain, who's a newcomer, who's really not that big. Litton Das is woefully out of form. Anamul Haq also came in for this match, so he was also jittery. And Mehdi Hassan is a good batsman, but what happens is, if you've got too much of a collapse at the top, then sometimes you lose your wicket also. So the Bangladesh had a very, very weak top order. So all these wickets, you see Mohammad Shami taking 2 wickets, Shardul Thakur taking 3 wickets, Prasidh Krishna taking 1 wicket. Please, this doesn't prove anything. Against a tough opposition, I'm telling you, against Australia, England, any one of these teams, this bowling quartet, they will smash them. Malan will smash them, literally. I do not like to say these things. After all, these are Indian bowlers. But they are not on that level. Now we will console ourselves. We'll see this match and say, wow, what a great thing. Our bowling, our pace bowling, it worked. It did not work. They were not tested only here. This Bangladeshi top order, it is like school level cricket they can play right now. The Bangladeshi top order. The batting actually starts way down the order when Shakib, Mehdi Hassan, Hridoy, even Shamim Hussain is a good batsman, but right now he's not doing well. But if you're asking me, in the whole Bangladeshi team, there were only 3 players worthy of mention who were of the international caliber, and that is Shakib, Mehdi Hassan and Hridoy. Litton Das is also a good player, but he's not in form. So the Bangladeshi total, the Bangladeshis fighting 266 total was actually carved by these 3 people. And the funniest part, the tail-enders, Nasim Ahmed and Mahdi Hassan. It's not Mehdi Hassan, it's Mahdi Hassan. He's a bowler. They made 44 and 29 runs in the slog overs. Can you believe it? Like, it is just there are no words to say. That it just goes to show how hopelessly inadequate our fast bowling is, our pace bowling is. Okay? Hopelessly inadequate our pace bowling is. We have to take some serious steps. Mohammad Shami is well past his prime. We should not read too much into these 2 wickets he has taken. He has taken 2 wickets of whom? He has taken 2 wickets. One is of Litton Das and the other one is of Hriday. Good batsman. I agree with you. Litton Das is hopelessly out of form. And Hriday, fine. He took a good wicket. It happens. In the run of the play, sometimes it happens. But he's not bowling at his prime, because otherwise Mohammad Shami should just polish off the tail end. And if he can't do it as such an experienced veteran, then there's something wrong. There's something majorly wrong. We don't have any choice. He is there. We can't do anything, and this is the only pace bowler whom we have. So the pace bowler whom we have is Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami. What we have right now is actually, if you're asking me about a very consistent bowler, if you take the whole Indian team, we've actually just got 30 overs. The other 20 are going to be bowled by bowlers who are really not at that level, or that level of international arena. Or maybe I would still give some concession to Ravindra Jadeja. I think we've got a solid 40 overs, not 30 overs, also solid 40 overs, I can say. But still, I'm still, Ravindra Jadeja is a bowler, you need to use him in bursts. Ravindra Jadeja is not a bowler whom you used as a workhorse for 10 overs. He's a bowler, you have to put him at very important points of the match, important times of the match, and he will grab the wicket. So you have to think about Ravindra Jadeja to use him as a 5-over burst rather than a constrained 10-over burst. You can do that, but he is that flavor which you have to bring in at key points of the match. But I know that Rohit Sharma will not understand. He goes by just a set plan. He doesn't think too much. So Ravindra Jadeja is not that kind of a bowler. But still, fine, 10 overs for him. So basically, we have Hardik Pandya, we've got Jasprit Bumrah, we've got Kuldeep Yadav, and we've got Ravindra Jadeja. So we've got 4 bowlers. So I'm going to think about them as 40 overs between them. And those last 10 overs, which are the not the last 10 overs, the balanced 10 overs, we don't have anyone. We don't have anyone. Sorry, we just don't have anyone in our team. Not even one person. Akshar Patel, not an international class spinner. Mohammad Shami, I'm sorry. I love that guy. But unfortunately, right now, at this level, we need something more from Mohammad Shami, and I do not see that in him. I don't. Shardul Thakur, no. Again, Shardul Thakur will go ahead and do something very special. But yes, Bangladesh he will do special. What wickets did he get? He got Tazid Hussain, he got Anamil Haq, he got Shakib. That is one good wicket he took. But he is not somebody whom you can say ki fine, every match Shardul Thakur, I know we'll get 1 wicket from him. It is very, very difficult to imagine of him that way. He has to bring his game up by several notches in order to reach that level. See, listen, it's not about wickets, man. Everybody's thinking about wickets. Shardul Thakur has taken 3 wickets. But the point is, he has taken 3 wickets, but in 10 overs, how many runs has he given? He has given 65 runs. He's got the lowest economy rate. It's 6.5. You have to win matches, Shardul. Just by taking wickets, it will not matter. You take 3 wickets, but you give away 35 runs. That just goes to show how good a bowler you are. This just goes to show that, yes, you are there. you work hard, you will take that wicket, you will give your extra, but you will bowl many loose balls which are going to be punished, which will make the opposition reach 265. That is the difference. You need to take wickets, you need to also maintain the economy rate. And unfortunately, we don't see that happening. So, this was the analysis of the Bangladeshi batting, okay, and how Team India has actually has failed to counteract it despite they having a very weak batting top order. If you have such a weak batting top order, then it's good as you've got the match in your pocket. So after going ahead and going plowing through the top order, they completely squandered away the chance, and the total ended up at 265. And this has been happening time and time again. But Indian team does not learn. They will keep on repeating the mistakes. They will keep on doing stuff which defies imagination. So the bottom line here is currently whatever bowlers I could see yesterday, whoever bowled, there was Mohammad Shami, Shardul Thakur, Prashid Krishna, Akshar Patel, Tilak Verma. Tilak Verma, Prashid Krishna I'm not considering because they are not yet part of the World Cup squad. Okay. So I'm not considering them. But what I'm going to consider is Mohammad Shami, Shardul Thakur, Akshar Patel, Ravindra Jadeja. Akshar Patel, I'm sorry to say, he's not of that caliber wherein he can actually support Kuldeep Yadav. Okay. Now, Ravindra Jadeja, he is a special bowler you need to use in bursts. You cannot go ahead and use him as a supporting wrench to Kuldeep Yadav. He's not that kind of a bowler. You see, Ravindra Jadeja, Hardik Pandya, special bowlers you need to bring in at key points of the match. And the strategy more should have been that you are going to give them 5 overs each. Of course, if they are doing well on a pitch, you give them more overs. But Hardik Pandya and Ravindra Jadeja should be used in bursts in key points of the match to take out tough wickets, because they bring in an element of surprise and they bring in an element of unpredictability in their bowling which the other bowlers lack. So Ravindra Jadeja is the only bowler amongst all of these bowlers whom I feel should be there in the Indian World Cup squad. But unfortunately that is not so. So can't help it. So Mohammad Shami, Shardul Thakur, they are all in the squad and they will be there in the squad. Let's see what happens. So the point here is that the Indian team is right now not at a very good state, and yesterday's loss actually establishes that. I'll be again delving into the batting in a short while. One more very important element which we noticed again was Rohit Sharma's captaincy was mediocre at best. Rohit Sharma is as good a captain as his players. So if you have got Jasprit Bumrah, if you've got Ravi Bishnoi, if you've got Chahal, if you've got all these kinds of amazing bowlers in your team, then yes, he will do a great job. But if you've got average players in your team who are really not that sharp or who are not at that level, he does not have the brains on how to go ahead and rotate the bowling in order to take a wicket out. Be it with field placements, be it with anything. After a point, he just lets things happen. That's what Rohit Sharma is. He'll just let things happen. Let it happen. I'll get a wicket in the run of the play. He does not think. He does not like Dhoni was constantly. Dhoni, Dada, they're constantly thinking, "Come on, yaar, let's do this. Let's change that." I still remember in the heydays, in the golden days, Sachin going to sort of give me the ball, let me ball. You put that player there. Shorav is saying, hey, come on, let's do this. Dravid saying, fine, why don't we do this? Rohit Sharma is like, अरे यार चल रहा है मैच, चलने दो यार, ठीक है, हम भी देख रहे हैं, स्टैंड में लोग भी देख रहे हैं, सब लोग देख रहे हैं, हम भी देखते हैं. शाकिब कितना अच्छा बैटिंग कर रहा है, वाह 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 वाह, बहुत अच्छा, वेरी गुड, एक्सलेंट, ब्रिलियंट ब्रिलियंट ब्रिलियंट. अरे तुम टेलेंडर हो, तुम भी बैटिंग करो बॉस, तुम भी बैटिंग करो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं यार, खेलो, इंटरनेशनल मैच खेलने आए हो, हम लोग आपको बैटिंग प्रैक्टिस दें. आपका नाम क्या है? नासुम अहमद, वाह वाह वाह. आपका नाम क्या है? मेहदी हसन, अरे वाह वाह. अरे मेहदी हसन तो आउट हो गया, वो आप न्यू मेहदी हसन है. अच्छा अच्छा, थोड़ा गजल सुना दो, बहुत बहुत अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा. He's completely clueless. He's completely clueless. And it hurts me to say this because he's a very decent man. Rohit Sharma is a very decent, good, nice man. And I don't like saying all these things. But cricket is a tough game, and you're not demonstrating any sort of leadership skills, special leadership skills which are befitting of an Indian captain. Because we've been treated to some incredibly extraordinary captains once upon a time. We have been treated to Saurav Ganguly. We've been treated to MS Dhoni. So we are very sorry if our ask is too high. You don't even come close to them. So yesterday's match again showed that how, like, you are just, you don't even deserve to be the Indian team captain right now. You don't. You are just letting things happen. Let it happen. Come on, yaar, it's not like that. This is not a practice match. You have to try out new things. We had to defeat Bangladesh yesterday. The objective was just not to try this team. That is not the objective. The objective is to see how these players together can produce a match winning result. That is the objective. And it was very, very heartbreaking to watch the way everything happened. हाँ, कर देंगे यार, 260 270 कर देंगे, कर दिया ना. 6 रन या 5 रन से तो हार गए ना आप लोग. You lost it. So I hope you liked my analysis of the what is the bowling strength and how we should not read too much into all these wickets which have been taken by the Indian batsmen, because currently the Bangladeshi team does not have top world class international batsmen except for Shakib and Ridha and Mehdi Hassan. Mehdi Hassan did not play well this time, and Litton and everybody is woefully out of form. So we should not read too much into that. That Shardul Thakur taking 3 wickets, Mohammad Shami taking 2 wickets. What we should read is that they were 59 for 4, and from there they ended up at 265. That is what we should read. Wicket से क्या होता है यार? They made more than 260 runs. Basically, India leaked runs. And that is a very concerning thing. It just goes to show that even if we have the opposition at the back foot, we don't have enough bowlers within our bench who can take those quick wickets in the middle over and completely generate a collapse in the batting order for the opposition. That is the lesson which we learnt yesterday. The lesson was not Shami taking 2 wickets, Shardul taking 3 wickets, everybody else taking 1 wicket, letting a few other players play. That was not the objective. You tried Tilak Verma. Can you believe it? I can't believe you made Tilak Verma bowl. Poor guy, he was plundered for 21 runs. Ridiculous. It just goes to show how clueless you are. How clueless. Anyways, now I'll be going ahead and analyzing the batting order and the batting of Indian team. And this will be short. This won't be a long thing. So, firstly, Shubman Gill, you have literally tongue tied me. Great to see you back in form. This is the way you should play, and wish you all the best. Please keep a straight head because all the dreams of millions and billions of Indians ride on you. So, just keep a cool head, and you need to grab the trophy for India. You have that skill to do so. So now again, let's start with Rohit Sharma. As it is, I have told time and again. Right now, Rohit Sharma is a pale shadow of what he was earlier. Yes, he will play those stray good innings in batting pitches where the ball comes onto the bat in the morning and everything. He will play those matches, he will play them well, he will make those 50s, 100s against weak oppositions. He will do that. But any kind of tough pitch against fast, sharp, young, hungry bowlers, he is a bunny wicket right now. That is what Rohit Sharma is. And yesterday also it was proven. He made zero. So it is, if something keeps on happening with alarming regularity, you it's maths. You understand that this person's time is up as a batsman. Now, if you want to occupy the position, we can't do anything. You are the captain, you will occupy it. We don't have anything else to do. But your captaincy is also not that great. Your batting is also not that great. If you really had the gumption, you should have just stepped down and you should have let Ruturaj Gaikwad take your place. And yes, captain, let Hardik Pandya be the captain. What's wrong with it? Kapil Dev lifted the 83 World Cup when he was so young and inexperienced. What's the problem with giving Hardik Pandya the captaincy? He's young, he's hungry, he wants the cup. I think it should have been that way. Anyways, wishful thinking, let's forget it. But Rohit Sharma, again, it just proves my thought, it proves the fact that he's just not there. He really needs to do a lot, and unfortunately after a certain age your reflexes become slow, and it's not your fault. But that person should have the courage to acknowledge it and move on. You will still play the World Cup. Best of luck. Hope you can tongue tie me just that Shubman Gill has done. Show everyone that yes, this old man can play still. He can make that 100 and 200. Aim for 300, Rohit Sharma. Tilak Verma, why did you have to play him? And again, I have no problems with Tilak Verma. I think he's a very, very promising cricketer. But my point is, you're so partial to Tilak Verma. What did Ridhiman Shah do? Poor guy. He was not taken during the Dhoni era and he played such a beautiful IPL. But everybody went for Tilak Verma. Again, Tilak Verma is very promising and I think he would have done a great job. But what about Ridhiman Shah? He's as old as Rohit Sharma, I think. If not less or more, I don't know. But then again, politics, regional politics, this and that. We bongs, we say we have a soft corner for Ridhiman Shah. But the point here is, this is where I see, the bias. And it hurts. It hurts to see that Indian cricket is prey to that. So, playing Tilak Verma was a no-brainer in this match. And he just ate up a spot. He gave away 21 runs in 1 over and he made 5 runs. And there is nothing taking away from this youngster. I really feel and hope he gets a position in the Indian team in the near future. Because he's a promising find. But my point is he's not playing the World Cup. So why are you making him play this match here? It was a stupid thing to do. KL Rahul. This was the match where KL Rahul had to deliver. And he could not. He has not been able to deliver. Because this is the tough match where you have to bat under lights in a spinning wicket. And he could not deliver. It was a no pressure match. He knew that India would win. This was the best time for KL Rahul to shine and hello, he did not. He is the best. Why? Because he played so well against Pakistan. He again played a very convincing knock against Sri Lanka. All of them with India batting first. Try and understand that. There's heaven and hell difference when you're batting first and you're batting second. So KL Rahul still he has not come up to that level, and I hope people understand that he needs more time, he needs more training. Unfortunately, he's in the Indian team. Fine, let him. He's there in the Indian team. He's become the wicket keeper also. Okay. Main thing is he needs more time. You cannot go ahead and take KL Rahul based on just one or two performances. You have to also understand the elements or the dynamics of how you are going to play Ishan Kishan and Shreyas Iyer. Now, if they are not there, I can understand, but KL Rahul is again a little bit of a risky proposition. Moreover, when he is definitely not the best Indian batsman we have for that position. So, again, KL Rahul is a spot where I have my reservations about, and I will see and watch how well he plays these critical, crucial matches against the toughest oppositions. Okay, if he proves me wrong, that's well and good, but if he doesn't, then I'm sorry to say, I am really not very convinced that KL Rahul is the right person to actually play in this spot. Okay, can you just give me 1 minute while I quickly do something? It will barely just take me 5 minutes. Yeah. So again, so KL Rahul just made 19 runs with a very sorry economy rate also, and he just hit two fours also. That's fine. That's not a problem. But the sheet anchor role which we were talking about, because Shubman Gill played a great knock, all KL Rahul had to do was give him support, but he could not. Important point to note: Shakib and Mehdi Hassan were bowling in tandem. That is the reason why this happened, because when you go ahead and have these kinds of bowlers bowl at you tandem, then it becomes difficult. And KL Rahul, he did not get out and spin, he got out to Mahdi Hassan, the new bowler. So it was pace bowling he could not, he did not, he got out to. It was Mahdi Hassan, not Mehdi Hassan. So these are important things which people should notice. Ishan Kishan, again, Ishan Kishan is not a good bowler of player of spin. That is one problem. And the problem with Ishan Kishan and Surya Kumar Yadav is both of them, they don't play the orthodox shots too much. They try to act too smart and play these sweeps and this and that and all these kinds of agriculture shots they try. And Surya Kumar did exactly that. And both of them, I'll tell you, Ishan Kishan and Surya Kumar Yadav can easily win matches for India if they just play straight. But they will not do that. I don't know why. Why don't you play straight? Why don't you play the ball straight? Why do you have to play the ball across the line, this, that, cross bat, left, right? Because these two players have to be in the Indian team. Ishan Kishan has to improve his game against spin, number one. And Surya Kumar has to curtail his stupid agriculture shots which he plays in T20s. We watched in this match that crossbat sweep shot. He was not able to execute it properly, but still he will try. And he got out to Shakib to that. Ridiculous. You should be, Surya Kumar, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm saying this, we had a term for guys like you in school. अगर नहीं समझते ना, then the teacher would go and give you one laugher, one hit on your back, and that is exactly Rahul Dravid, what Rahul Dravid should do. एक केन लेकर मार मार उसको. That is exactly what they should do. What is worse, Surya Kumar? If you are listening to me, worse is, one is of course a useless player being in the team. That is one thing. But you don't feel like saying anything to him because he's third class useless. He doesn't have the skill. So उसको मैं कुछ बोलूँगा नहीं, right? Because he's useless, he's third class, he's rubbish. But Indian team management thinks no, he should be there in the team. So it is not his fault. Now that poor guy will play as per his abilities or as per his skills, and he will try his very best. But unfortunately, he does not measure up to the level, so he cannot deliver. The other is who is a very special player who can win all matches single-handedly and who can reach the heights or the level of Virat Kohli and just throws it away because he is a fool. And that is exactly what you are, Surya Kumar Yadav. Stop thinking 360 degree. I'm telling you, stop thinking 360 degree and start thinking 90 degree. That is all you need to do. Play straight, Surya Kumar Yadav. Play straight. There is no, if somebody can tie your hand so that you don't practice, try these stupid sweep shots, it will be a boon to Indian cricket. Yesterday we should have won the match. You and Shubman Gill, both of you should have won the match for India. Sweep shot. Shakib, you think he's a kid chum or something? He's one of the best all-rounders in the world. Treat the bowlers with respect. The good bowlers, the other ones, you get them, then you hit them. Cricket is not a game of, you should be knowing better, yaar. It's not a game of, we have to go with the gusto when the gusto is ready to go. It's not like that. Cricket is a game like chess. You have to understand that. You have to respect the good bowlers. You have to play the correct shots. I hope you learn from these mistakes, Surya Kumar Yadav. Because the way things are going, you will probably be playing in the middle order very regularly, and you will be. You will be the mainstay of Indian batting. One of the reasons why we won the World Cup in 2011 was that we had a good middle order also. We had Gambhir, it was opening of course, but we had Virat Kohli, we had Yuvraj Singh, we had a damn good middle order. We knew that they could chip in with 30-40 runs. That is what is needed. Not these kinds of pedestrian knocks or 24-25 and then departing and India losing the match. Now, next is of course Ravindra Jadeja. Again, Ravindra Jadeja, as I've said, is a mercurial player. So, sometimes he will take you home, sometimes he will not. And just, I don't know, yesterday he got out to a ball, and main thing is they have to be a little wary about these parts. It's Ravindra Jadeja is a damn good batsman. He needs to be sure, because you are the veterans, like Ravindra Jadeja, Virat Kohli, you both have to ensure that you bring in that steadfast, that strength into the Indian batting order, so that Virat should know that, okay, if we have an early wicket, I can go ahead and stem the rot. And Ravindra Jadeja, know that, okay, there's been a massive collapse, I'll stop it here. So these things Ravindra Jadeja needs to understand. Now coming to the most important part of my discussion, and that is Akshar Patel. I that even if Akshar Patel is not taken for his all-round capabilities, he should just be taken for his batting abilities. And I think he has improved his batting by leaps and bounds. And I would prefer him more than either Surya Kumar Yadav or your for that matter Shreya Shire, or for that matter KL Rahul in the middle order. Because honestly speaking, I am very impressed with his batting. Akshar Patel's batting is right now excellent. He has reached that level wherein he knows that yes, this is my role, this is my job, I have to do the finishing for India or something like that, and that is excellent. And I think if he's brought a little bit up the order, it will give more stability to the Indian batting. And I don't care if he's not taken for the bowling. If he's just taken for the batting, also Akshar Patel excellent is an excellent proposition. And I watched him in two matches, and he has really improved his batting by leaps and bounds. He has Akshar Patel. I may have a lot of complaints against him regarding his bowling, but his batting is A1 right now, and this is exactly the way you should play. It happens. You have to also go ahead and check your strokes and understand that sometimes when you have to finish, I do understand it's very difficult at that point. You don't know which shot to choose to hit a four and not which to hit for a four. Sometimes in the run of the play you lose your wicket, but Akshar, I would still say that try and take it to the, like, play cautiously till the last 2 overs, and try and stay there till the very end. So it could happen that maybe there's one stroke you could just stop yourself and say no, I'll just take a two or a one, and you get out because of your of that four or the six which you're trying to hit in order to accelerate the score, so that we end up at a very high score. The reason why India won against Sri Lanka, one of the key aspects was Akshar Patel's tail end late burst, which was very good. He played an amazing knock, and that was the critical factor, those 40, 50 odd runs which happened, which Sri Lanka could not manage to score. So Akshar Patel is an excellent find when it comes to the batting area, and he should be just taken for the batting and nothing else, because we just don't have enough responsible mature batsmen in the middle order. So that's one very good thing. That's a very good development for India. Now after that, Shardul Thakur, Mohammad Shami, Prasidh Krishna. Shardul Thakur is a blow hot, blow cold person. He will come, he will go ahead and suddenly hit two or three sixes. He will win the match. Some days he will not do anything. So again, I'm telling you, Shardul, I have no problem with Shardul Thakur. The problem with Shardul Thakur is I don't know whether I can depend on a person like Shardul Thakur. One match he will play, he will be the best player on that day for both the teams. And another match, next match, he will, I'm telling you, he'll be worse than the bat player in the gully cricket. We cannot afford such a sharp rise and fall. That is what I'm saying. Yes, he took 3 wickets here. You might say that he did a damn good job. He did 3 good. Shardul Thakur's role in this team is not bowling. Let's be clear. He has to bat also. He has to do the finishing. That is the reason why Shardul Thakur is being taken. The reason Shardul Thakur was taken and Chahal was taken out was because Chahal could not bat and Shardul Thakur could bowl and bat. So if it is so, then Shardul Thakur's job does not end just by taking 3 wickets at an economy rate which is so huge that it crosses 60 runs, and then he just scores 11 or 12 runs and cannot win the match for India. You have to do your job. Do your full job. Just by taking 3 wickets and leaking out 65 runs, that's not your job. Or just by scoring 11 runs out of 13 balls, that's not your job. You have to make India win the match. And it was a simple thing here, right? You are a batsman. That's why you have been taken. That's why Chahal is out. Score those runs. Okay? Behave like a batsman. So, that's my humble submission. Finally, Mohammad Shami, yeah, he hit a 4. He's a strong guy. He hit a 4. He tried to win the match, but still, yeah, he's a bowler. And again, I still feel that he's not as lethal a bowler as I would say would pose trouble with the opposition. He bowls with a strong line and length, good line and length, and he will take wickets against the weaker sides, against batsmen who are woefully out of form and anything. But you can you can rest assured he's not going to take those informed batsmen. He's going to be hammered hard. They are going to target him. The concept of one day cricket has also changed thanks to T10, thanks to T20, then T10 also. There are a lot of international players who play T10 because they're trying to understand the concept. So the concept here is that you have to make as many runs as possible. That is the concept now. They don't really care about the wickets. They try and take 10 players or 11 players who can bat, who can hit the ball out of the park. That is the order of the day. They want to go for all rounders. But if you don't have enough all rounders, then go for the match winners. It's a shame, it's so shameful that India, as the richest cricketing nation, does not have enough all rounders. All we have done is we've just produced one all rounder. Actually, if you look at it, we've just produced one all rounder. That is Hardik Pandya. There is not one all rounder which is at world class level right now from India. It is a shameful thing. And the BCCI should look at this area and try and develop all rounders. Not treat them like the way you treat your players, the way you have treated Sanju Samson. Very bad. It is so sick to see such things. It's unpardonable. In the AGM, I hope you've got some sensible people there who talk some sense. But unfortunately, the sensible people are thrown out of BCCI. Right? So, I don't know what sensible things will happen in the AGM. Taking out Salil Alcola as a selector is also a very, very wrong thing. Because if you are the chief selector, you cannot also be the selector for one zone. It makes no sense. Because you are the chief selector. For that zone, if there is a selector, why are you taking him out? For what? What is the reason for that? Let him remain as the West Zone selector, no? You think we don't understand these things? You think Indian cricket fans are stupid? Huh? We follow everything. We are studying each and every move of yours with a microscope. And we are happy with things. I hope India wins because miracles happen. And we've got some match winners. I know we have some match winners. We have got Hardik Pandya. We've got Kuldeep Yadav. We've got Virat Kohli. We've got Surya Kumar Yadav. If he just thinks 90 degree instead of 360 degree. We've got Bumrah. We've got him. But he needs to play enough matches and not just be resting. Sometimes he's going home. Sometimes he comes home to play and then he says, no, I'll let him rest. Make him play. Ravindra Jadeja, yes, match winners. We have match winners. But unfortunately, if you're telling me the balance of the team is not right now when it comes to the World Cup squad. I hope we take some immediate ad hoc steps, and if we can go ahead and bring in some other players, if certain players cannot play, they are injured, and we make some sensible decisions regarding that. Because the World Cup campaign is soon going to start and we have to bring in our A game, and the A game can only happen when you bring in the A players. So just hoping that somehow if they can bring in Chahal, I'm still keeping my fingers crossed because Chahal is required. Chahal with Kuldeep Yadav is required for certain pitches in India. If you have both these players, I'm telling you, it will be like a walkover for India. If these two bowlers bowl together, if they have 20 overs together, the opposition is good as gone. We have no idea how lethal both of them together will be. You have no idea. Even the Indian selectors have no idea. That's why they're not taking Chahal. Don't think about the runs the batsman will score. Think about how many wickets both of them will take, and you won't even need to score those runs. Think about it. Bangladesh 59 for 4. If you had Chahal and Kuldeep Yadav at this position, they would, I'm giving you a guarantee, they would have all been out for well below 150. Well below 150. It is my guarantee. They would have been out. They would have all been dismissed below 150. And if you had put in Ravi Bishnoi, even less. These are the special bowlers you have: Ravi Bishnoi, Chahal. Use them. I do understand if you put in three bowlers, three specialist bowlers, and all these three can't bat, then it becomes a little difficult. Because you know what you are trying to say is that who will bat then? Because I've got three spinners and I've got fast bowlers, I have to also take three. Then you just have five batsmen, right? So in for those three fast bowlers, whom should we take? Now, the three fast bowlers, you have one in Hardik, right? The other two can be pace bowlers. But the thing is, yes, you are probably sacrificing Ravindra Jadeja then. Or you might take him in because he's a good enough batsman also, and you have to concentrate upon those five solid batsmen. So there will be five solid batsmen along with the six batsmen, which is Hardik Pandya. So you've got six batsmen and you've got five bowlers. It would have been amazing. It would have been a very, very, very interesting killer move by India if we had done it. But anyways, right now, let bygones be bygones. I have analyzed everything. I can tell you where we stand. Right now, if you are asking me, as per my analysis, where we stand, Rohit Sharma as captain, unfortunately, after a point of time, he has a set plan. If it goes haywire, he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. He's woefully out of form. He's a nice guy, he's a decent guy. I love him as a human being, as a person, I love him. He's a very decent person. He's a very nice guy. But we are playing cricket, so I don't know what you're going to do. But see what you can do. Try and dumbfound me if you can. Many players in the Indian team who don't even deserve to be in the Indian team. Shardul Thakur, no. He has taken 3 wickets yesterday, but he has given away 65 runs, which is critical. He came at the end, he just made 11 runs out of 13 balls. He did not finish the match for us. Sorry. Mohammad Shami, no. He's well past his prime. He's not at that level. He has to do much more. So work hard, get to that top, go for consistent 145, 140 speeds. You have to go above that. You have to do that consistently. Batsman KL Rahul, we saw him yesterday under challenging conditions, under the lights, in a spinning track. He has failed in a no pressure game. He has failed. So he has not gone up to that level yet. Anybody can be a big Bond playing in the morning under the sun when the ball has regular bounce. Play in tough conditions. That's where you will be tested. Shreyas Iyer, we don't know what has happened to him, man. Back spasm injury, क्या हुआ है? बोलो क्या हुआ है? He's in the World Cup squad. You have not played him enough in the Asia Cup. क्या हो रहा है यार? ये क्या हो क्या रहा है? Is it a joke? ये Mr. Beans चल रहा है क्या? Tell us exactly what has happened to him and make him play. Jasprit Bumrah, enough rest. Play matches. You shouldn't have been rested in this match. Absolutely not. It's not your fault. It's a team management has taken this call or decision. I can't help it. Ravindra Jadeja needs to also understand that he will be playing a pivotal role right now. If you are asking me, Ravindra Jadeja as a fifth bowler, he has to really up his game. He's an excellent bowler if he's giving a 5-over burst, but 10-over constrained burst with Kuldeep Yadav bowling in tandem, you have to also up your game a little more. But still, it is okay. I wouldn't say it is bad, but it is okay. But you have to improve a little because that is going to be the X factor which will decide a win and a loss. And finally, what else? I'm Mr. Shabjani. I know everything. I hope in the BCCI AGM, Chahal is brought back. Chahal needs to be there in the Indian cricket team by hook or by crook or by the book. That is the end inference. Bye everyone. Hope you like this segment. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It's a small, humble channel, Mr. Shop Johnny. I know everything. I know all. That's why I produce it. I give you unfiltered, unbiased opinions about exactly what's happening. And it ranges from a lot of things, lot of issues, as you can see in my channel. So I am not scared of anyone. I will tell you exactly what it is, and I actually speak your word, which is stuck at the tip of your tongue. I give those words and I tell you. So please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Love you guys. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks for watching my new video which has come out. It has got a lot of views. I want you to keep on watching my videos and enjoying it. Please comment on it. Please comment on it and tell me how to better myself. Thank you everyone. Bye.